This video is sponsored by you in your channel in the description. Also, here's LDPlayer, a PC emulator with a version optimized for Arknights specifically. This means no ads and perfect optimization to be played on computer, because God knows mobile Arknights could be used as a CIA torture method. It has all you'd expect, like keybinds and several settings to adjust to your preference. Use the links in the description and pin comment to download LDPlayer now. Anyway, Hoshiguma Alter, we're looking at skill 2, 3 and her negative HP talent. Skill 2 is her highest skill, it has offensive recovery, which means food for Keto, and it lane holds, tanks and deals damage all in one package. Especially in IS6, this is really good for ending 1, in part thanks to her negative HP talent. When Hoshiguma is killed, she will not die, rather her HP will start going in the negatives. This visually looks like 2 total HP bars, but the negative HP bar is equal to another 2 full HP bars to go through before she actually dies. The negative HP bar is equal to 200% of her max HP, meaning in practice Hoshiguma the Dummy Mommy has 11,628 HP at level 90 mod 3. Even if visually it's 2 HP bars, in effect she has 3. After not taking damage for a little bit, she will heal this negative HP. This also synergizes with her other talent, giving her resistance and attack based on how low her HP is. Since Hoshiguma is by all accounts clinically dead, it means this buff is pretty easy to max out. Since Keto exists, skill 2 is really good in IS as a whole, but it's not just IS. If you've long ironed out the wrinkles in your brain, you can also use this as a very solid AFK lane holding skill. Skill 3 is her other main skill, this is her DPS option. In a 2-tile radius, she deals damage to up to 3 enemies. If you deactivate the skill manually, she enters Shadow the Hedgehog mode. She now deals even more damage and redirects all lethal damage everyone in her range takes to herself. In other words, for the 11 seconds following a manual deactivation, Hoshiguma and everyone in range are effectively immortal. This is not only more damage than Surtr in a wider range, but also makes your entire team immortal for the duration. Afterward, Hoshiguma retreats herself, which brings me to Alter skill 3. Right now, Hoshiguma Alter is the best operator to use with Alter skill 3, as she gets to use his skill twice. Accounting for Alter's skill 3's damage itself, this is what we Arknights experts call more damage than God must have ever intended for. She's an amazing unit, super comfortable to use in casual play, with strong niches and synergies in IS and more difficult content. In effect, she's Surtr but better at everything. Haruka is the shadow of healing, and no, that's not an exaggeration. While I do think Monstra is the overall better operator, Haruka is by far the best healer in the game. She embarrasses the competition. Between her and Alter skills 1 and 3 and Monstra skill 2, there is a very wide margin. Skill 2 is her more common skill. On overall the same SP cost as Berry skill 1, she will keep up to 3 units incredibly well healed and protected. This is because Haruka natively just gives 30% damage reduction to everyone she heals by putting bubbles on them, which is completely fucking insane. For comparison, Silence Alter, the other 6-star Abjurer, only gives 10% unconditionally. Skill 2 also deals damage when the bubbles pop. She's not gonna be a boss killer or anything, but it's enough damage to slowly add up over time. But it doesn't stop there. Yes, skill 2 is the best healing in the game, able to get through the Talula fireballs with raw healing, but sometimes the damage is just too high. What do you do then? Skill 3. This skill is literally just Nightingale skill 3, but with vastly superior skill cycles, and that also applies to physical damage. If you know Ball, you know Nightingale skill 3 is an incredibly good skill, and this is just that, but better, giving 60% damage reduction to everyone in range. But that's not all. Haruka is the first operator to figure out how to make levitate good. Enemies that attack operators in the range of skill 3 will be levitated. This stops them from attacking entirely, protecting your operators even further. It also completely negates multi-hit attacks, as only the first hit will go through. But that's not all either. With her module, she gains a small SP battery niche. When a bubble breaks, there is a 20% chance the operator that just got bukakied with soap will receive 1 SP. On average, this is 1 SP every 5 attacks, or 1 SP every 8 seconds, or 1 SP every 4 seconds at 2x speed. It's not the best SP battery effect, Tilopsis and Niscalm are still better, but it's a really nice thing to have added on top. Kichisei is a 5-star spread shooter sniper, so that's 1 foot already in the grave. She follows in line with Executor and Aosta, meaning outrageous SP costs for what she does. Skill 1 is just damage, and skill 2 is crowd control. Do I need to say it? Matsukiri is the welfare and our first strategist vanguard. These are vanguards that interact with the deployment waiting zone, which is the bar at the bottom of your screen which run deployed operators. After being deployed for a while, he increases the attack of defenders and supporters who haven't been deployed yet, which is the most okay effect on Earth. It's basically only valuable with Tragodia. And his skills reduce the DP costs of operators in the waiting zone. Skill 1 applies to the rightmost operators, while skill 2 applies to every supporter and defender. He is a blueprint for Silverash Alter, not actually all that good, because he chose the two classes that are probably the least worthwhile to buff like this. In practice, you're better off generating the DP normally with mirroriness rather than using him. In practice, generating DP and lowering operator DP cost are almost the exact same thing. His members are usual thanks to Bin Radis, Long Shep, Jinjensuna, Vinko Ching, Ilio, Lenishada, Camelo Vishada, Canon Box, Fram, The Lord of Magic, Ray Killer, Daivius, Kino, Bomb Ninja, Apollo T, QX102, Mr. Lerven, and Raptor 1K, and Farof, The Phoenix, Nupo, Lizard King, Demotic, DTK Skykill, I Antonio 3, Sebitism, San Kenshi, Kevin McGuire, Chromala-chan, 5QTZK, Porato Chipu, Jinus Gay Shipper, Selfer 7, Mafio Seska, Mohira, Larmendra, Pranzin Pepper, Sarunu Kyunyu, Yuvune, King of Harem, the guy with two names, Kawi, and Bozidar. That's all, much bye.